how we cannot even test the credibility of these witnesses. So, ang mangyayari niyan, parang of course, again, with due respect to the committee, kasi nga, ang tingin nila preliminary investigation. No? So, pero one-sided yan eh, di ba? So, asan ang bloodbath dyan? Wala talagang bloodbath dyan.
Hinay lang. Anak ng tawa, Attorney Michael po, iiyak naman si sa'yo, itong si Jinky Luistro. Once, Jinky, yayariin ka nila dyan. Tandaan nyo ho yung sinabi dyan. Markado yan. Markado yan. One-sided. Tama naman, anak ng tawa. Magpapatawag kayo ng kung sino-sino. Ngayon, yung mga pinatawag nyo, hindi man lamang makakross-examine ng kampo ni VP Sara. Makakapag-cross-examine lamang ho, yung mga congressman na di umano tumanggap ng maleta at envelope dito kay Saldico. Tama ba yun? Viral ho ngayon sa mundo ng social media itong interview na to ni Attorney Michael Powa dito kay Ma'am Pinky Web. Pero bago ho yan, isang like at isang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Wala ho tayong maraming pag-uusapan dito sa video na to. Re-recta ho kagad tayo dito sa interview na to ni Attorney Michael Powa. Okay.
Legal counsel, at least one of the legal counsels of Vice President Sara Duterte. Attorney, good to see you again.
Good evening, Ms.
Maraming salamat po
Pinky,
sa
at
inyo.
good evening sa lahat ng mga nanonood sa atin. And thank you for having me here.
Parang tagilid na naman ho ata dito sa video na to si Jinky Luistro.
Balikan ko lang po yung nangyari last, I believe that was Wednesday, when towards the tail end, lumabas na po yung mga matters that needed to be discussed during the House Justice Committee. And that's where at some point, I believe towards the end, that they were issuing subpoenas duces tecum and ad testificandum. Doon po lumabas sa inyong pangalan. Attorney Michael Powa, ad testificandum. Ibig sabihin, kayo po kailangan pumunta sa House Justice Committee sa April 14. Will you go?
Well, right now, I have not received a copy of the subpoena ad testificandum just yet, but I'm decided to actually go. No? Why? Because as a lawyer, we have to respect processes, institutions, and kung meron talagang subpoena para sa akin to testify on matters pertaining to when I was Undersecretary and Chief of Staff of the Department of Education, I don't see a reason why I should evade these things. No? So I'm ready to go.
Were you surprised that they issued a subpoena ad testificandum?
To be honest, yes. Because as you know, I think a year and a half ago, I already testified before the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability that was then chaired by Congressman Joel Chua. So at that time, I felt like I was already asked questions exhaustively. I have to also state on record, I attended those hearings, no? Just by invites, I attended all those hearings, answered all their questions as best as I could, of course, based on my personal knowledge. So I thought that was quite exhaustive. But then again, even if I'm surprised, I don't think it matters. I'm still willing to go. Kung may kailangan pa silang i-clarify, I'm willing to clarify matters naman.
Did you
Yan si Attorney Michael Powa, di ba? Kahit na alam na niya lahat ng itatanong sa kanya dyan dahil wala naman talagang tinatago ang kampo nitong si Vice President Sara Duterte. Ano lang ho kasi dito, ayaw lang ho nilang ibulalas dyan sa committee na yan na kung saan sila magsisilbing prosecutor dyan sa impeachment trial na kung sakaling mapunta yan sa Senado yung impeachment na ni VP Sara. Ayaw nilang ibulalas, ayaw nilang ibulgar, ayaw nilang ipakita ang kanilang estratehiya. Kasi yung kanilang mga tanong, parang ang dating tinatanggalan na ho nila ng salawalya ang defense team nitong si VP Sara. Kung mantakin nyo ho mga kababayan, wala silang ebidensya. Kailangan pa nila magpasumpina. Kailangan nila magpatawag ng kung sino-sino. Kung meron talagang ebidensya, dalhin na yan sa Senado. Para wala nang maraming usapan.
have to seek permission defense team for you to actually comply with the subpoena?
It's something we discuss. I won't deny that. But ako, I was very upfront with the team. I told them that I wanted to go. Because if there are things that need to be clarified during my time in DepEd, I have nothing to hide. So I might as well just go and ask questions as truthfully as I can.
I was trying to look back at that hearing because when they were asking to subpoena you, ang sinabi po ni Congressman Tino in so many words was that you have relevant and material information on how confidential funds were used. Okay, you were
Nako.
USEC and Chief of Staff of
Inunahan ako ni Ma'am Pinky. Ito talaga si Ma'am Pinky, panira ng trip eh. I-share nyo itong video na to para sa susunod nilang hearing dyan sa Justice Committee. Wala nang manood. Yung mga tanong nitong si Congressman Tino, itatanong na ni Ma'am Pinky Web dito kay Attorney Michael Poa. Ha? At least hindi nang haharas, hindi naninigaw. Kung ano man ang isasagot niya dito, sigurado. Yun din ho ang sasabihin nitong si Attorney Michael Poa. Diyan sa diyan sa Committee on Justice. Kaya i-share niyo ho itong video na to.
Of DepEd 2022 to 2024, and then thereafter was a spokesperson of the VP, hindi ho ba? Ano ho ba yung inyong sinabi? Balikan lang natin yung sa good government. What were you saying back then? Because even during the House Justice Committee, I heard there were envelopes. Was that attributed to you?
Actually, that's why I'm quite confused. Even when I read I think that was either the third or the fourth impeachment complaint, no, that there was a line that said that allegedly I admitted to receiving envelopes, which is totally false. No, the transcripts of the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability would show that I never said anything about accepting envelopes. In fact, what I said then. And I don't know if I'm preempting what I will be saying in the hearing, but what I said then was, hindi ako nakatanggap ng envelope. Kung meron man ako natanggap ng kahit anong monetary, it was in a form of reimbursement kasi gumagastos ako noon as spokesperson. And that was not regular, obviously. That was just, sometimes when you have to, parang representation, when you also, and I'm sure we're all familiar with this, you have to sometimes take out the media, Christmas party, ganyan. We have a certain budget kasi sa DepEd and most of the time, we exceed that budget. And so, syempre, hindi ko nakukunin sa DepEd yon. Ako na yung mismo naglalabas. And at that time, pag nababalitaan sa Office of the Secretary na may ganon, the Vice President would just say, bakit ka gumagastos? Ano ka na nga, parang aparate ka ng abonado. So she would give me something, but it's not anything significant, actually.
I don't think you said that during the House Justice Committee.
I did with an exchange with, if I remember correctly, Congressman Abante at that time. Tinatanong niya,
kay Atras Abante, yan talaga si Atras Abante, minsan imbis na nakakatulong, nakakasama. Nagarawata. Yan ho, magiging palitan. Diyan sa Committee on Justice kung sakaling dumalo itong si Attorney Michael Poa. Share niyo itong video na to.
ikaw, nakatanggap ka ba? Sabi ko, wala po ako natatanggap na envelope. Kung meron man po yung mga reimbursements na once or twice lang nangyari, sa totoo lang. So, and those things were, you wouldn't take any of it kasi the amount is not that significant. In fact, siguro mas marami pa akong naabono sa totoo lang kaysa sa na-reimburse. Kasi there are really things we have to do as spokesperson, diba? But that's minor and that's something I'd like to clarify also. Baka naman nagkaroon lang ng misappreciation sa allegations.
Because also there was a time that there was a former employee supposed to be of the DepEd that also talked about envelopes.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Even I was trying to look back at the time that you were there and another DepEd official was there. Do you think that nagkaroon kaya ng confusion or maybe because you did say nakatanggap ka ng envelope?
Hindi, kasi ang sinabi ko nga nun, hindi man lang naka-envelope yung mga reimbursement. Naka-envelope yun diba? So, maybe there was some confusion sa totoo lang. And it's a good thing that I could clarify that now. Kasi nakita ko yun sa allegation when I was reviewing of course, as part of the defense team, when I was reviewing the impeachment complaint. Nagulat nga ako, sabi ko, ano tong I admitted to, receiving envelope? Because that really never happened. I mean, there was nothing to admit to. So, it's a good avenue siguro na rin for me to clarify that. And then, secondly, it was I think, use of confidential funds, which categorically, when I was at the Committee of Good Government, I already said I had no participation whatsoever in the use, disbursement, liquidation of confidential funds. My limited participation only came in when there was already an COA AOM, and I had to reply as part of my duties, of course, as head of office.
And what is AOM?
It's an audit observation memorandum.
Kayo po ang sumagot nun?
Ako ang sumagot nun. Part of my duties yan
How does that work? If you did not you did not form part of disbursing confidential funds, pero kayo po ang sasagot ng AOM.
Oo.
What do you base it from?
Kasi if you look at the AOM, and thank you for asking me that, if you look at the AOM, what they were asking for were purely documentation. Ang finding kasi is there was lack of documentation, hindi submit ng documents evidencing payment. Ito yung lumalabas na mga acknowledgement receipts ngayon diba? So, and I think there was also one finding, if I remember correctly, na yung voucher daw undated. No? So, what I simply did was call the accounting office, ask them, bakit undated itong voucher? So, may explanation sila, sinabi nila, nagbigay sila ng advance copy kasi sa COA ng time na yon. So, perhaps a clerical error. So, binigay nila sa akin yung official voucher na may date. So, I just attached it to my response and just said basically, there was a clerical error and here's the proper voucher with the date. So, I
How do you
attached it.
authenticate that? A proper voucher with a date versus an undated?
No, because it was
Disbursement.
actually the same. It's the same. The only missing part, if I remember correctly, was just the date.
Date.
So I just had to ask accounting. And then with the ano naman, itong mga acknowledgement receipts, of course, I had to go to the special disbursement officer who's the one in charge of this documentation. So I merely asked, meron ba tayong DEP, document evidencing payment? Kasi yan yung hinihingi sa AOM. So, ang sabi sa akin, matatagalan, sir, kasi we're still gonna get it from the field and all that. So, I said, so that's why I asked COA actually for, I think, a 60-day extension to submit all these documents. So, that's how that's responded to it. And it's not uncommon kasi in DepEd, all AOMs, when I was Chief of Staff, had to go through me yung mga responses. Kailangan pinag-uusapan namin yan sa Execom so it's no different. And today, I just wanted to clarify, I was not actually Chief of Staff from 2022 to 2024.
Yeah, it was actually said here, I think during the hearing, if I'm not mistaken, you were Chief of Staff. I know you were USEC and spokes.
USEC Chief of Staff and spokes, but I was spokes first. I was hired in DepEd as a spokesman. That was back in July 2022.
Right.
So my item then was Director 4 of the Public Affairs Service. I only became Chief of Staff already April 1,
Okay.
2023.
So eventually, so 2022, naging
Spokes muna.
spokes ka, tapos 2023, naging Chief of Staff ka.
Oo.
Tapos eventually, naging spokes ka ng VP in 2024.
Nung umalis na kami sa
Yeah,
DepEd.
yeah.
Yes.
When-
Yun yung timeline.
Okay,
Oo.
because the Vice President had left the Education Department. What are your expectations from the hearing when you show up? And I'll follow up
know.
na, Attorney.
Oo.
Are you willing to answer each and every question? Or would there be some, I mean, how far are you willing to go to answer their
As-
questions?
Ms. Pinky, as long as it's within my personal knowledge, I don't see any issues. I'll answer as directly as I can. No?
Walang
Based on my
tinatago,
personal
walang
knowledge.
tinatago. Maliwanag yan ha, wala hong tinatago itong si Attorney Michael Powa, walang tinatago si VP Sara. Ang marami hong tinatago dito ang mismong Justice Committee. Bakit ho natin nasabi na napakarami ho nilang tinatago? Ang pinakaunang tinatago ho nila mga kababayan yung pagiging walang sapat na ebidensya ng impeachment ni VP Sara. Ipinapalitaw nila na ika nga kwentos klaras na, areglado na lahat, kompleto na, mabigat ang mga ebidensya labang kay VP Sara. Pero ang buong katotohanan wala hong sapat na ebidensya para dito kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero itong si VP Sara, wala ho siyang tinatago. Tingnan nyo naman ho ito si Attorney Michael Powa. Napaka-confident ho niya na sabihin na talagang sasagutin ko yan, diretsa ang sagot yan dahil wala naman silang tinatago. Pero itong si Terry Redon, fishing expedition. Kesyo, hindi lang nagtugma, hindi lang niya nagustuhan yung figure ng dalawang sali ni VP Sara. Anak ng tawa, betrayal of business. Graft and corruption to. Hindi ako parang hindi ako nangangati yung mata ko dito sa dalawang salin na magkaiba yung figure nitong salin na to. Pambihira. Yun namang isang sa kanya yung pagbabanta daw sa kay Marcos Jr. dito kay Lisa Araneta Marcos. Wala rin pagbabanta doon ang dami hong mahuhusay na abogado diyan. Mga mga law professor pa, mga naging din pa ng law school. kagaya na lamang ho nitong si Rufus Rodriguez, wala ho silang nakikitang problema doon. Kasi kung meron man, sa NBI pa lang ho mga kababayan, may kinaharap ng problema itong si BP Sara. Ngayon gusto ho nilang ikunin yung findings ng NBI. Anong gagawin ng NBI? Kung wala naman talagang linabag si BP Sara, ano sasabihin nila sa findings nila na yung sinabi niya na pag kami nangyari sa akin, magugurgur kayo lahat? Hindi, wala hong ano doon, wala hong ang tawag dito. Wala hong paglabag na ginawa si BP Sara doon. Pangit lang yung delivery, pero walang nalabag walang linabag na batas itong si BP Sara doon sa pagsabi niya na yun. Ibig sabihin, habang nabubuhay siya, walang mangyayari doon sa 3 pangalan na nabanggit niya. Ngayon, subukan yung kantiin si BP Sara, anak ng tawa, baka biglang pumlakday ang mga yan.
Mahirap doon kung tanungin ako sa hindi ko personal knowledge. I think I also have to just state for the record na wala akong personal knowledge dyan at hindi ko masasagot yan. Because as you know, when we attend these hearings, you're under oath. And obviously, it's always at the pain of perjury, you know, when you say things that you don't really know naman, you just speculate. That's why even at the committee level, a year and a half ago,
The good
I was
government.
very straight with them na personal knowledge ko, sinasagot ko. Pag hindi ko personal knowledge, sinasabi ko, pasensya na po, wala talaga akong alam dyan. There is, you know...
Pero alam niyong confidential funds ang tatanungin sa inyo dito,
Alam ko,
obviously.
and that's why I was surprised. Kasi I think nasabi ko na naman noon yan. And I don't want to come out defensive or anything. So sasagot na lang siguro ako doon. But the fact that I was Chief of Staff only April 2023, nagastos na yung first quarter na confidential fund. So I mean, how do you expect me to be even part of that? But in any case, these are things that I would gladly clarify. Sabi nga nila, di ba, nung una sinasabi nila, lawyer kasi ni VP, he might just invoke privilege the whole way.
Yeah.
No?
Or right against self-incrimination, can you do that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
You can invoke it.
Do you even
but
plan to invoke your...
No, because sa akin, kung ang tanong lang naman is ano ang involvement, I just answer truthfully. Diba? I don't see any gain in invoking any right, lalo na kung wala ka namang ginawang mali diba? So, sa akin, I'll just answer truthfully to the best of my personal knowledge. Yun lang ang qualification.
Yan kasi ang nagiging labanan ngayon eh. No, imbis na magkalatagan na ng ebidensya o mag-hearing na diyan sa impeachment trial, itong mga kagaya ni Luis Tro, maya't maya nagpapamedya. So, anong gagawin ng mga mainstream media kagaya ng bilyonaryo, 'di ba? Ano ho 'yan? Kokontakin nila, hihingin ho nila yung mga punto de vista ng mga binabanata ni Luis Tro. O ngayon, imbis na magkakalatagan diyan sa mahilig kasi magpa-interview itong mga itong si Redon, 'di ba? Mahilig ho silang magpa-interview, ito sila De Lima. Pero kung maghintay lang kayo ng konti, huwag kayo masyadong apurado. Natural pagka pumutak kayo, itong si Pinky Webb at ang team niya, ikokontakin itong si Atty. Michael Poe at hihingin nila yung kanyang panig kaugnay doon sa mga banat nyo dito kay BP Sara o dito kay Atty. Michael Poe. No? Kaya mangyayari dito, hindi pa nag-uumpisa ang hearing, nape-preempt na nape-preempt na ho ng sambayan ng Pilipino kung anong kalalabasan ng gagawin ho nila dyan sa Justice Committee. Maliwanag ho, sabi nitong si Atty. Michael Poe, wala siyang tanong na hindi siya sagutin. Lahat to sasagutin nitong si Atty. Michael Poe. Kaya kung ako dito kay Jinky Luistro, maghanda-handa ka na. At para doon sa mga nagbabalak na dikdikin itong si Atty. Michael Poe, hindi ho mangyayari ang ilusyon niyo na yan. Hindi ho mangyayari na kung saan pagka pinatawag niyo siya at nagsalita siya dyan sa Justice Committee, ika nga matatanggalan ng salawal yaang defense team nitong si VP Sara. Kaya ito, willing naman pala itong si Atty. Michael Poe, palakpakan ho natin. Ibibigay niya yung hilig noong mga nasa Justice Committee kung ano mang kabalbalan ang gusto nilang gawin. Sa tingin ho natin itong si Michael Poe ay pagbibigay niya yung mga walang yan.
Are you even worried about on April 14?
I wouldn't say worried. Of course, I'd like to know exactly everyone. It's so uncertain what's gonna happen. So, syempre, that level of uncertainty at a personal level, I have to admit, I'm a bit confused why they singled me out to go there. But if legitimate naman, they're just going to ask me clarificatory questions, then I'd be happy to clarify the matters.
Aren't you even going to bring one of the other lawyers of the Vice President with you? Or is this something you're going to handle yourself?
We haven't spoken about that. I don't think it would be proper kasi for another lawyer to stand, that's within the defense team, to stand in as my lawyer
Counsel.
also.
Opo.
Parang hindi siya appropriate for me. But that's my personal take. No? So if ever I would need counsel, maybe personal counsel ko na lang siguro, maybe a friend or
Okay.
someone who wants to, just to, syempre you have to be objective eh. Diba? Sometimes when it's ikaw na, it gets personal. So you tend to lose objectivity. So maybe I would, but I haven't really decided. Kasi sa akin, nung sa committee, I also just went alone eh.
Yeah.
So if I do bring one, it's only just to keep my objectivity. But that's it. It's not really to hide anything or suppress anything.
We're going to take a very short break. We'll discuss.
Sarap po ng talakayan nila, nitong sila Ma'am Pinky Web at itong si Atty. Michael Poe. Pagka ganitong interview nitong si Ma'am Pinky Web, parang ang bilis lang ho eh. Pero pagka kagaya nitong si Jinky Luistro, yung 15 minutes, parang parang 30 minutes. Ito, ang bilis eh. Oh. Naka na ho tayo dito, naka ilang minuto naman, naka 20 minutes na tayo. Ang bilis, ang bilis.
Welcome back. Still with us, one of the legal counsels for Vice President Sara Duterte, Attorney Michael Poe. I just want to go back, maybe just one last question about that subpoena on you. I mean, you show up, this should possibly be about the confidential funds. Sabi mo nga, malinaw naman yung sagot mo, sasagot ka kung alam mo, kung di mo alam, anong isasagot mo, hindi mo maisasagot, di ba? Willing ka pumunta to clarify the issue, but when I asked you a while ago, are you worried about it? Sabi mo, you just don't know what to expect. But pwede bang dumating itong hearing to maybe citing you in contempt because they are not satisfied with the answer, or they might think that you are not truthful?
Well, I don't want to speculate. Of course, that possibility, judging on what happened in previous hearings. Pero yun naman ay iba in aid of legislation naman yan. So I would like to give the committee the benefit of the doubt, just as I think they also are giving me the benefit of the doubt that I will answer truthfully. I guess what I can only assure is, kung alam ko, sasagutin ko. Kung hindi ko alam, talagang hindi ko alam. And I cannot just fabricate something out of thin air to suit a certain narrative, diba? So if for some reason it goes to that point that they